Hello, I am Tanner, and currently on the edge of Nikaya, and we are currently investigating the water operation.
In March and July 2015, reseau'waternet created a youth film program for FN Youth to document the water treatment plant upgrade. Here, the tank is on its way to its destination at Nikaya Creek.
I have not yet been home tonight.
How's your audio? How's your audio? It's good to have double audio. I've had this happen where people, like one person forgets to like plug it in or whatever, so you have two audio you always have, because you're not going to get to be able to redo interviews, eh? With documentary, like sometimes you only get one shot.
How do you feel knowing about this thing for the water coming into our town?
I think that we should have known ahead of time. Like, I don't think that we should have just found out today, like that the day it's coming in.
I never heard about this myself. I never heard about this in our town or in the community. And there's a lot of people that are probably new to this that are not knowing like what's going on right now and why this is being built in and that.
1990 to now, we had a number of boil advisories on this system, which put people at risk.
Do you think this is helpful for the community?
Oh gosh, yeah. Yeah, from what I've heard, they're putting in a modern system, and it's even got filtration down to like a 5 macron.
I'm a water treatment engineer, and so I work on projects that involve water treatment, and this was another step up in my experience. I'm a relatively junior engineer at the moment, and my first treatment project was for 2 houses. This one was for 7, so it's getting a little bit larger, and the fun aspect of this project was actually that it involved 2 components, which was the water intake, which was the original part of the project, and then we added on the water treatment plant.
They are blessed with access to good natural resources and also water that comes from nature. However, if the water is not treated, it has the potential to be unsafe for drinking.
Now there's certain viruses that have been getting into the water on again, off again.
So our role is really to work with the communities to be able to utilize the knowledge that they have in order to work with them to improve the quality of the water.
You agree was really to open up the discussion and really hear from everyone.
Anything to do with water is sacred. It's a vital resource for us.
What is the water treatment?
I don't even know myself either.
Oh, you're asking. That's joking.
From what I hear, it's pretty big, and I don't know how it's going to get across if it's too big for the ferry.
How big is the tank?
My understanding is it will improve the capacity to provide clean water to the communities on the far side of the river.
The ferry's quite small. How do you think they're going to get it over the ferry? I mean, across the river.
Across the river? Well, as you say, the ferry is small. I assume they've planned so that it will be ferry portable.
So currently they're working in order to see if they can get a special permit in order to grant the transport onto the ferry.
Why didn't you guys think of that ahead of time?
We'll build them in 20-foot containers or 40-foot containers, but in this case they wanted a small compact plant, so we put it in a 20-foot.
What are some of the specific things for this site? If you could just give us maybe a quick summary.
For this site, they wanted some ultraviolet disinfection. They wanted to make sure they had that, as along with chlorination and filtration to take care of freshet.
It seems like we have a lot more water pressure in our faucets at home than before. The smell of chlorine isn't as strong as it usually is. And now I use the water from my tap for drinking and for cooking, because before I used to use bottled water.
Another interesting film would be what is the importance of a water operator? The same thing, have a little cartoon person go up to the tap, turn it on if there's no water. I mean, if there's no water treatment operators, there's no certified operators out there, you're not going to have drinking water coming out of your taps.
During the winter months, the water is cold and it's very viscous, and we do have problems. We do have issues with the water freezing at the intake. Springtime, you get spring runoff, and that's freshet, and there could be issues of intakes plugging at the intake screens. And fall time, you can still have runoff, and the leaves and the debris can also plug up your intake.
And I think we want to take the lessons learned from here to be able to do the next project better. All of you who may have a concern or want to share your ideas and opinions.
And we don't have our original ditch. Chinese people that were mining in the area before, we were told we had to live on these little boxes. So if you learn anything here today, I hope you remember. When you go anywhere else in the Indian country, consult, consult, consult.
Because without that, we're going to be segregated, and oh, these people are going to do something over there. Oh, these people are doing something over there. And that's not how we should be. We should be all together.
What is important of water?
Importance is everything, really. It's how you survive. Your body needs it. Mother Earth needs it. The animals needs it.
All of the Inclacutma communities need to be aware of the actions that are done by the chief and council. If they truly want to represent what we the people want, we should be actively informed in each and every decision that's made with regards to land and resources.
As an Inclacutma person, what's your relationship with water? What is our relationship with water? Is there anything you can speak towards that?
Well, this is going to sound a little bit cliche, but it is what it is. We use it to cleanse our mind, our body, our soul. It's a powerful entity on this planet that's really got to be respected.
I understand, what you're trying to accomplish here for domestic use water, and you mentioned that you're here to get feedback from the residents, positive and negative. So I'm grateful that there was funding to do this upgrade, and like what my mom was saying is that consultation with the residents on the reserve, that if you're going to be doing future developments like this for other reserves, and I ask that you go talk to the residents on that reserve.
Consultation. I do think it's part of the chief and council's responsibility to consult with their own members about mega projects we're doing on our reserves. So we may have slipped in that regard with communicating with our own members.
And today, when we've got our pipes on and our neighbors all have their pipes on, we're fighting for water. We never had a fight before. Never. And I've lived here 55 years and I've never ever ran into a fight.
And part of that is too because we haven't had a full-time administrator in the last while, so that is part of that slippage. But I think we've learned something here, that if we are going to do other projects, that we should be having those good communications with our members.
You will have purpose if it's a community connection and everybody's involved. We will be able to see more films being made. We need to start having that outlook on a continuing basis. We need live feed to the nation on all of these decisions so that everyone can participate fully.
Kind of an example on like how we work as Indigenous people. We work in circles and we communicate in circles. I'd like to challenge everyone to trust us and lean back as much as you can. So when we can communicate and work well together, we can support each other, right? And without that communication, what happens? You could feel it. Just me letting go.
Don't let go. And I really thank you guys for being here. The Creator works in this way. And you guys know it right now, because what are the chances that I would walk here right now when you guys are making this film?
Yeah.
That's what I found is the strength of going into the river, that the Creator provides you with these opportunities to share that knowledge. And so that's what I'm willingly doing.
Water is love. Water is life.